Dr. Mongoose, bringing you your recommended dosage of all things MLG, Halo, and gameplay-wise. Bringing you today another Halo 4 breakdown, this time on the map Solace. I think this is the gameplay that's been out for a little bit, but I have yet to be able to commentate over it, and I think it gives you the best kind of idea of what Solace does and how it plays as a map. And big thanks, as you can see in the corner, to Zoo Media. He's the one who posted this. I was able to get it off the Halo Council, so big thanks to both him and the Halo Council for getting this gameplay out to us. Now, this right here is going to be a breakdown commentary, my thoughts on Solace as a competitive map and as far as it can work. And while there hasn't been too much debate about how Solace is going to work well as a competitive map, I wanted to talk about how Solace can work really well with the different kinds of game types that we're going to be seeing. Obviously, if you've been paying attention to all the Halo 4, Solace has been kind of Solace is almost a hybrid between Lockout and Narrows. It has two towers on either side of the map, reminiscent of the Snipe Tower and BR Tower from Lockout, but it also has a big lift in the center and an underbridge sort of area. So it has two main points. Excuse me. Sorry, I was choking there a little bit. It has two main base points where you're going to spawn, an upper and lower, almost kind of like the bases on Valhalla used to be if you saw it off the spawn. And at the same time, it's also got the underbridge area and the side little wings, very reminiscent of Narrows. And as far as this map goes, I think it will work very well for obviously all game types. However, I think that some are definitely going to work better than others. Slayer, I think, obviously has a really good chance to be used on this game type. It has two bases, it's symmetrical, neither side has an advantage, all the great tenets that you need for a Slayer map. But at the same time, it works very well because it has a lot of different routes in which you can flank, you can push and pull, there's different points of control on the map that you can take. So I think we might be able to avoid some of the complaints. I won't call it an issue because I personally love Lockout, but some of the complaints that can be dealt with how Lockout would turn into a standstill with one team grabbing Sniper, taking BR Tower, and then it was up to the other team to break the setup. I think this map, much more wide open, many more options. You're going to have much more a larger variety of gameplay. As far as capture the flag goes on this map, I think it could work as well, kind of in the sense of how Narrows worked as a flag game, but at the same time, with the new mechanics of Halo 4's capture the flag and how things can change, it might not work. It might not work the best. This is the kind of map that the size of this map almost needs the ability to drop the flag, to juggle it, to be able to have that little speed boost, almost to even bait the flag and all those kinds of things. So CTF could definitely work. Obviously, if you set the flags up at like the center, like maybe the back ramp of the tower, that's where the flags sit, and you have multiple routes to run around. You have the under route, you have the top route, those sorts of things. However, with sprint being default and running the flag now being a permanent thing, CTF probably the weakest game type you could run on here. I think the out of left field game type that people could use, but they haven't really thought of, is Oddball. And if you watched my Abandon breakdown, you know that I'm a huge fan of Oddball and a huge fan of the not super traditional game types. And I think this would work really well for Oddball because you put the ball, maybe bottom center or maybe up to one of the wings of the map. And this map is constructed really well that it has a lot of different setup points. Do you set up down low? Do you set up in your base on the towers? Do you set up on one of the wings? Because each place has its strengths and weaknesses. There's a lot of entry points to the towers. The wings are very out in the open. Down low, obviously, you're giving up superior position up top. So it has an interesting... It would be a very dynamic game of Oddball, especially with how you can toss the ball around, the different movement mechanics you're going to get. So I think that this map would serve really well as a second Oddball map after Abandon, because having only one map for Oddball obviously is pretty boring. Finally, I think King of the Hill could work really well just because the map is kind of built really well for it. It's a very large rectangle. It has you could have one flag, you could have one hill bottom center, the milking hill, and then two flags on the wings, or maybe the two flags in the corners closer to the bases. or maybe, you know, just have really unorthodox hill placement. But it's a large enough map and a balanced enough map as far as, you know, the kind of the size of it, that you're going to be able to have kind of even travel time between each hill and where you're going to spawn. And at the same time, there's a lot of routes to get to the hills, which is important. It's important to be able to set up on a hill and at the same time break a hill setup. Like right here, this could be a really good hill spot where that guy spawned. Have a hill in that back little corner, have a hill in that little back lower platform, and they have to set up around them, and then you have to push from, you know, each side, obviously. But guys, that's just my opinion on Solace. This is obviously going to be used as a competitive map. It's too strong of a map not to be used. Just, you know, it's just to be seen what's going to be used. Leave your opinions on Solace, guys, what you think will be really good on it. As always, guys, my name is Dr. Mongoose, and remember to watch 2 of my videos and call me in the morning. You guys all have a really nice day.